If you're planning to hike or otherwise explore the famed Acadia National Park, you're probably planning to stay in Bar Harbor. This utterly quaint seaside town is full of everything you'd expect from a marine-focused tourist locale. Ice cream shops, tourist boutiques, historic homes, museums, and restaurants with an ocean view. There's even an old lighthouse. So keep watching to find out about the best things to do in Bar Harbor, Maine. Acadia National Park. In 2021, almost 5 million people visited Acadia. almost 5 million people visited Acadia National Park. If you're staying in Bar Harbor, be sure to include at least a day in the park in your tour itinerary. The park features incredibly lush forests, pristine lakes, rivers, and ponds, towering snow-capped mountains, and a wild, rugged coastline. You can hike or bike the many well-managed trails, swim or fish the lakes and streams in the summer, or drive the scenic old carriage roads. If you're a keen wildlife spotter or bird watcher, you'll be more than impressed with the amount of wildlife the park supports too. Lobster fishing. What would Maine be without the lobster? It certainly wouldn't be as popular of a destination as it is today. Lobster fishing was once one of the most significant economic drivers in the area. While commercial fishing operations continue, tourists can sample the taste of Old Maine by heading out into the harbor on a lobster fishing tour. You'll learn how to catch your lunch from experienced local fisher people and all about the life cycle of the lobster from onboard scientists. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already, and stick around for more of the best of Bar Harbor. Whale watching. Possibly one of the most majestic sights in the world is a whale breaching the water, and if you're lucky, you might get to see one of these incredible creatures do that in Maine. You can book a boat tour that will take you and your family out onto the chilly Atlantic, where you have the chance to spot all kinds of whales, humpbacks, minke, and finbacks among them. But be sure to book your Bar Harbor vacation in late summer or early fall when the whales are nearby. Frenchman Bay. Bar Harbor lies in a beautiful cove called Frenchman Bay. The sparkling waters of this picturesque beach make it the perfect romantic getaway. Stroll the oceanside walkways hand in hand, stop at a bay-facing cafe for coffee and cake, or patrol the souvenir shops and boutiques. For the more adventurous, Frenchman Bay is perfect for water sports, including sailing, fishing, water skiing, and of course swimming. We highly recommend booking a table at a restaurant with enormous windows for dinner and stunning sunset views. Downtown Bar Harbor. If you're looking for somewhere to enjoy a tipple after the sun goes down, Bar Harbor doesn't disappoint. The downtown area has an array of quality bars and pubs that cater to locals and tourists alike. If you're there in the summer, the area will likely be buzzing with excitement. We recommend Leary's Landing Irish Pub for craft beers and Maine Blueberry cocktails, Finback Ale House for the happy hour and dinner specials, and Cottage Street Pub for the outdoor seating. Northeast Harbor Village. Northeast Harbor Village sits a little around the coast from Bar Harbor and is well worth visiting in the daytime or evening. The village is relatively upscale since it's been a summer retreat for some of America's wealthiest families for generations. The town itself is the picture of quaint, with rambling historic homes, tree-lined streets, and a harbor filled with yachts. The town is easily walkable, so it's the perfect place to visit with young kids, so long as they're patient shoppers or mini foodies. Land bridge to Bar Island. Ever wanted to walk on water? Trotting across this natural land bridge between Bar Harbor and nearby Bar Island might be the closest you get. The bridge is actually a rocky sandbar that gets revealed for about 3 hours at a time when the tide goes out. The sand is firm enough that visitors can walk, bike, or jog across to the island at the other end, so long as they remember to return within the 3-hour window. If you want to make it a day trip, pack a picnic lunch and wait on the island for the next time the tide turns. Food tours. Of course, one of the highlights for almost every visitor to Bar Harbor is the plethora of fresh, tasty food from the ocean and the land. While you could spend time researching restaurants and crafting your own foodie tour, we highly recommend booking with one of the many food tour companies instead. Though almost anywhere you eat in Bar Harbor will be tasty, going on a food tour will help you avoid those inevitable tourist traps. Though, of course, a lobster roll stop is a must. Thunder Hole 85. Acadia National Park is home to many natural wonders, but one of the most magnificent is the so-called Thunder Hole. The hole is actually a tiny inlet carved into the granite by centuries of wave action. When the waves hit this gap, they surge upwards about 40 feet into the air, emitting a thunderous roar. If you time it right, you're in for capturing the most dramatic photo of your trip. You can drive to Thunder Hole or jump on a tour bus. Or it's an easy 2-mile hike from Sand Beach, heading down along Ocean View Path. Abbe Museum 85. The original Abbe Museum first opened its doors in 1928, nearby Acadia National Park. Today, the Institute features interactive exhibits and educational programs dedicated to the cultural heritage of the Wabanaki people. In 2013, the museum opened a second location next to downtown Bar Harbor, which the museum uses to host special events, workshops, and even archaeology classes. If you're visiting in July, book the museum's Indian Market into your itinerary to shop for unique jewelry, art, and food. There's also the Native American Festival in July. Mount Desert Island. If you're feeling extra seaworthy, why not pay a visit to Mount Desert Island? While much of the island lies within the protective borders of Acadia National Park, this charming locale also boasts several utterly lovely seaside villages like Southwest Harbor and Tremont. Here you'll feel like you've stepped back in time to the days when lobster fishing was the lifeblood of the island's families, because for many here, it still is. Get up at the crack of dawn to watch the fisher people head out into the sunrise, sample the seafood at one of the many fine dining restaurants, or take an afternoon cruise on the four-masted Margaret Todd schooner. Asticou Azalea Garden. If you haven't had your fill of nature yet, we encourage you to visit the more manicured Asticou Azalea Garden, part of the Bar Harbor Land and Garden Preserve. Spreading out over 2.5 acres, Asticou features numerous native azalea species alongside other plants. There's a Japanese Zen garden to chill out in, the Abbe Aldrich Rockefeller Garden, preserved as a time capsule of early American landscape design, and the intensely natural Little Long Pond, with its meadows, marshes, and crystal clear streams. Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse. Fans of marine architecture will want to schedule a visit to Bass Harbor Head Lighthouse. This charming structure was built in 1858 and still stands on the coast of Mount Desert Island in Acadia National Park's southwest. The light inside still operates, signaling to night-traveling ships with 3 red flashes and 1 second of darkness. While you can tour the grounds and admire the lighthouse exterior, visitors can't go inside since the U.S. Coast Guard still staffs the building. Go at sunset for unbeatable ocean views, though expect crowds. George B. Dorr Museum of Natural History. If you're looking for family-friendly activities that'll keep the kids entertained indoors for a bit, head to the George B. Dorr Museum of Natural History. This museum is a veritable celebration of all things natural in Maine. There's an interactive tidal pool bustling with live wildlife like hermit crabs and starfish, and exciting dioramas and artifact displays that invite the touch, such as whale bones, animal skulls, and real fur. College of the Atlantic students run the museum as part of their education curriculum. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in Bar Harbor? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.